right, what is going on, everybody? Episode 5 of Inside the Tank. Nick, Jawan, myself, Nate will be in and out today. He is currently at work doing his thing, so good job, Nate, So we'll get right into it. No guest on this week, just the normal group, because, it's our final episode, so we want to be, nice. We'll talk. It happened a couple weeks ago, but the NBA Finals wrapped up. Giannis winning the ring and stuff. Whoever wants to go first, you happy Giannis won? What does it do for his legacy? Jawan, actually, if you want to go first, since you're a basketball guru, so floor is yours. Your thoughts on Giannis?
Not really. I'm flattered, though. No, Giannis, he was dominant. It was amazing to see. I didn't think he would take it to that level, scoring 50 in the final game, but you could just tell like he wanted it the most. He wanted to win that badly. Really, like when you think about it, a lot of people, they admire Kobe, and not to make it like a huge like thing, but I feel like he has like that mentality or cut from that cloth of finishing the game out like that, and just his will to win. And he did it his way, stylistically different than obviously what Kobe does, but he did it his way, which is uniquely only really, I think we never seen anybody done that. So it was just amazing to see. I was happy for him. I wanted Chris Paul to win, but, I'm happy either way. Not being a fan of either of these teams, but just being a fan of the game. I was just really happy that, really happy that Giannis came through and really announced himself like that on the world stage.
Absolutely. Nick?
Jawan really said it. He put up crazy average numbers throughout the finals, and he didn't necessarily carry the team, but he put the team on his back and, brought them to where they were at. And then in the final game scoring 50, that's like great status. He put himself amongst a group of people that is
I think it's only
elite.
I think it was only him and Shaq that have ever done that. Like Shaq, that's crazy.
It's crazy. And like to think of like right now, LeBron for the last couple years has been the greatest player right now in this league. But I don't know. I think soon we'll start to see Giannis take over as the number one, like just dominant player. And I think we saw a lot of it this year.
Yeah.
But he's someone that brings in viewers for sure.
Absolutely. And then for me, same. You guys said everything I was going to cover. Like for Nick, I think, LeBron was the guy for the last couple of years, but I think now that finals pretty much started the Giannis era. I think this is going to be a league run by Giannis and Luka closely behind, but yeah. And you got to remember, this guy had a hyperextended knee.
Right.
That's crazy. Like we talked about the knee, Dr. Nick, like that's crazy what that guy did with a hyperextended knee. So yeah, I was upset. But yeah, what were you gonna say, Juan? I'm sorry.
No, it's cool. Like I had zero confidence he was gonna come back after that. I'm like, okay, you get more news. Like it wasn't like a full tear. It's like, okay, cool. Like at least you won't have to miss like next season. Had no inkling that he was going to come. And then that first game, like we were texting, it was like, oh, looks like Giannis going to play. I'm like, get out of here. Like I'll see it when I do.
Like he's going to play just to be on the court.
Right. He's going to be a distraction. And he was kind of moving. And it was just, that's incredible. He's literally, he's been earning his nickname, but he's like myth. Like he's like a myth right now, honestly. They should build the statue.
Like a Greek god. Like remember when we grew up in school, like Poseidon, Zeus and them?
Yeah.
They're gonna have to make one for him.
He's up there.
I don't know his name.
Out there right now.
They all have cool names. But yeah. So yeah, I'm happy for him. Sad for Chris Paul because I don't think he's ever gonna get a chance at a ring again.
Yeah. Unless
he goes to Lakers and they gang up and get a bunch of other solid free agents. But no. Happy for Giannis. Really cool moment for him. So yeah, congratulations, Bucks. Before I forgot to mention, just from the Inside the Tank standpoint, we had a fantastic viewership this past weekend. Over 270 views, which may not sound a lot, but it's a lot for us considering we only have 16 subscribers and we don't have a big place to brand it. But now we put our stuff on another website, Nick and I's former boss at our internship. So yeah, we're slowly getting the word out of it. 270 views. So great week, guys. We did it. We got over 100.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, that was great. Next, this is the subject Jawan does not want to talk about, the Aaron Rodgers situation.
What do you mean? I want to talk about it.
Well, I'm talking about like you're probably sad.
Not really. I'm happy.
Not sad
right now. No, you see what happening? Like, no, he's
back.
back.
I know he's back, but I don't know if this is, I don't know. Nick, you go first. I'll hear Jawan's neck after, but I want to hear you, Nick, first.
Well, I mean, if it wasn't Aaron Rodgers, it was Mr. Love at quarterback. So I think that bringing I think Jawan should be very happy.
Yeah.
That although Jordan Love is his name, correct?
Yeah.
Jordan Love.
And then they cut Blake Bortles. They cut Blake Bortles Monday.
Yeah, and they just got Randall Cobb, his old running buddy. So I don't know. I think him and Devontae Adams posted the Last Dance photo on Instagram, but in the Last Dance they won a championship. So if they can get that done here, I think it'll be interesting.
They won a lot of the championships. Yikes. Do you think this is it? This is his last year, Nick, with the Packers?
I don't know. A lot of players say like they want to leave for contracts, like just to get ahead of the teams in contracts and just leverage basically. Yeah. And I don't know, like I can't really tell. I've heard a lot of stuff about the management of Green Bay, but I don't know. I think if they give him what he wants, then why would he leave?
I just see Jawan shaking his head at the bottom of my screen the whole time. Jawan, your turn. What's up?
Man, I'm over the moon. I was just looking at some press conferences. I wasn't able to watch it live, but saw some of the press conferences, and I just love how calm he is. Like, first off, I love Green Bay. Even if Aaron would have left and we traded, I'll still be a Green Bay Packers fan, but I love Aaron Rodgers, and I just hold the space for players to really speak what they have to say, really speak their mind. And I was looking at the press conference. He was just speaking facts. This is stuff that I felt about our organization as well. You have Aaron Rodgers, one of the best players in the league. He's like, yeah, you guys could use me as a recruiter. Like, we're in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Nobody is gravitating here to play. They coming here to play with me. They're coming in here to try to win a championship. As long as I'm here, we're battling for a championship. So it was just a lot of stuff that I agreed on, and it was just nice to see him back. He has the hair flowing, and then it's just like, he come back. It's not like making demands, but it's just like, hey, like, I want this. They went out and got Randall Cobb. So I was like, that's the flex. I love it. So it's just like, it's more stuff behind it. I think Brian Gutekunst, I feel like the ego with him is a little bit too much. Aaron, like you said, he's deserved to at least get consulted with when it comes to free agents or in the draft, what have you. Like, could you imagine Justin Jefferson going into his second year with us? That's who you really wanted last year or the year before in the draft with Jordan Love. That would have been amazing. Him and Devontae are cool off the field, Justin Jefferson. But I just love everything he's saying. And then you heard Gutekunst speak and he was talking and stuff like that. You see his tune will change a little bit. Like, we should have called him before and not after the Jordan Love. Like, we've been hearing his input, but we got to do better with incorporating it. So stuff like that, man. But I just love the vulnerability. I'm sorry, I'm talking a lot. I just love the vulnerability of like Aaron Rodgers. You really don't see that. You'll see all these other players, who I'm trying to think, who is that? Andrew Luck used to be the best of them. They're like saying a lot of stuff, but they're really not saying anything. But he was just being really vulnerable and really transparent, and I loved it. That's all I have to say on that.
And they're like, all right, cool. For me, I don't know. I kind of assumed he was gonna stay, just because most players are all talk when it comes to this type of stuff, and then they wind up staying. But at the same time, that would have been real interesting if he found another home. Like, I think early on when this happened, it was like maybe like the hypothetical trade between Seattle and Green Bay, like an Aaron Rodgers for Russell Wilson swap. Like that would have been like real crazy. Like I fired up the trade mill, wanted to see what was out there. But we'll see what happens with Devontae Adams and I think it's Super Bowl or bust for them this year if they want to keep both of them next year. I think they're very disgruntled. They both posted that picture together, which goes a long way, especially for people that know the backstory of that picture. But yeah, Super Bowl or bust for the Packers this year, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, for sure. If we don't win, they really gotta listen to him and execute what they gotta say. It's not like he wants the final decision, just really hear him out and make things happen. But yeah, Super Bowl or bust. Either way, Devontae wants the bag. He said that. I want to be the highest paid.
I'd give him all the money.
Why not?
You want the best.
Yeah, cap room is why, but why not?
Man, I need to get him for fantasy this year, honest. Him or Stephon Diggs. All right, next. Olympics. Not our best. I don't know. I was going to talk about Team USA and Simone Biles, but just from a general standpoint, I'll go first because I'm right top. The Olympics, in my opinion, Team USA has been very disappointing from all aspects. The guy, DeChambeau, right, Nick, the golfer, the guy who got COVID, tested positive again.
Really?
The Tokyo Olympics, which is crazy. I don't know if you guys heard this. My dad was telling me tonight at dinner, and I guess in South Korea you have to serve your the army there. If South Korea does not get a medal, all three, if they finish bronze, gold, or silver, they don't have to go into the military. The certain amount of golfers. Like, wow. If that's not the biggest, like, the pressure is on, like, that's crazy. Like, we'll have to read more up on it. My dad was just telling me, I thought he was joking, but that's the incentive for trying to place in golf for Tokyo this year, which is crazy. But going back to our team, Team USA basketball, very disappointed. I know they beat Iran by 54 points last night, as they should. If it was any closer than that, then it'd been real disappointment. They lost to France. Won't say I'm not surprised they lost because they have been stinking, but also I'm not surprised. And then the Simone Biles, I feel awful for her. Usually I was gonna say she's the automatic gold for us, aside from the basketball team, and they're automatic fourth place this year. But no, Simone Biles, I feel bad about. Like, great talent and stuff, but man, just that's a shame for what happened to her. But I do think we've got even though we're stinking this year, we got the best athletes in the world. They'll come around sooner or later. We only got like 2 more weeks of this. Whoever wants to go.
You got it now.
I mean, yeah, going back to men's basketball for us, they just look real stale. They look like they're all just playing by themselves.
Like an all-star
really, right. When it comes down to it, they beat Iran last night, but they need to get on a level where they're on the same team. That's what it almost looks like. It's just the chemistry's not there, and the run that we had for men's basketball, almost everybody had played with each other in the Olympics or in some asset. You had LeBron with Wade, then you had Kobe and LeBron were real good friends. But I mean, at the end of the day, you just got to put the team above yourself. And it's these guys are top of the line athletes in the NBA, but when it really comes down to it, that just shows you how hard it is to be a team in basketball.
And then there's JaVale McGee, who found his way on the team. Rim protection. Huh?
Rim protection.
Yeah, I don't know. Cold. If you want to see a bunch of goaltending calls. Juwan, what about you?
With the team, I don't know. It's just like a mixed bag. You really don't know what to expect from them. We are the most talented team there. Excuse me. But like you guys said, the chemistry and just trying to come together. It's a team game, and we're not going to win if we're not playing a team game. So if we don't, I'm not surprised. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if we don't win gold, which would be a huge surprise. So if they could sync up and really try to just play together, then I feel like they could come out. But other than that, probably not. You hear a bunch of stuff coming out, like Greg Popovich, being snappy at reporters, but then it's like some rumors of like the teams like, oh, we're running the Spurs offense and stuff like that. But I don't know. It's just a lot of guys. I feel like that team is enough to get it done. But just at this point, it's just like a mixed bag. You never know really what you're gonna get. So I'm still rooting for them. I want them to win.
Italy's been doing good. Italy's been doing good, Nick. I think we're like top 5 in the medal count. What a summer for our country. It's been fantastic. You guys see that girl from Alaska too? She won something yesterday. The girl from Alaska, like the 15-year-old.
In swimming, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's swimming. Yeah, it's crazy, especially from Alaska. Like I didn't know swimming was like big in Alaska.
Right. Probably
you can't
not.
really get in the water; you'll get frostbite.
Like it's like 10 degrees of water. But all right, we'll move on. So the big thing I talked to Nick about last week. This is one I'm excited about. Texas and Oklahoma.
Ooh.
The SEC. From a broadcasting standpoint, this is big for all of us because, we got a lot of stuff to talk about with this one. Nick, since you have your Ohio State hoodie on, you've got the floor first.
It's very interesting here because they are extended through, I think it's 2023 or 25. Which means that is when they would be eligible to join the SEC. So as much as people are saying, they're joining the SEC, they wouldn't join until a good 3 or 4 years from now. So talks now, if they stay strong enough for 4 years, I think they might join the SEC. But in reality, I think they'll go back to the Big 12. I think that they're not going to be able. First off, I don't think that the SEC is going to take Texas when they have Texas A&M, or maybe they'll drop Texas A&M, which I just don't see them doing. But it comes down to the fact that 5 minutes ago, ESPN reported that the Big 12 filed or just cease and desist, which is basically saying that they need to stop giving information that makes the Big 12 look bad. So it could either be not real or it could be fake news.
Wow.
And I just think in this 4 years is a long time. And I think if they go 4 years talking about the SEC and they actually make it happen, then I think they'll make it happen. But the easiest thing for them is to go back to the Big 12. And I don't know if they're using it for leverage or anything else, but it would be, let's just say it would be amazing from a SEC football standpoint, actually. It would be unbelievable to have a conference packed like that.
Talk about a super conference right there. Joanne, what about you?
No, I think honestly, I think it would be like a great thing, but you could just tell it's just like a huge money grab. SEC pulls the most money with these TV deals and stuff like that. So going to that conference, even just to go and compete, year in and year out, you have to face like Alabama, who's always there, or like LSU is going to be a tough road to get in that Final Four. If they expand it, they'll have a better chance. But I think it's just like the revenue shares. That's what they're looking at, of just going to the SEC instead of, the Big 12. It's just like a step up. It's more money. So that's just a simple like A to B type thing. I think the 2025, they have a contract or a Big 12 had to sign a contract, and it kind of like aligns for them to just make that move and go out. They're just trying to just put that out there now. But honestly, I think it'd be great. What it's looking like and moving towards, like, this might not be the only thing. If this is true, it might not be the only teams that's looking. Maybe your Notre Dame is looking to go to the ACC like they did this past year in COVID. And I mean, that would be great for the ACC, and maybe they can, the amount of like television dollars that Notre Dame can get on their own independently, that will definitely help the ACC. So it might be like super conferences. It might be super conferences.
We had to split the TV deal with the ACC this year. NBC had to give either 40% or 50% of the NBC revenue to the ACC, which, okay, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
We got money to burn at this point.
Right.
Like all of Ohio State too, if they had a TV deal, all 5 schools have money to burn like there's no tomorrow. From my standpoint, I think this is going to be great for college football if this does happen. The only thing is, this playoff expansion we keep talking about, the SEC is not going to have as many schools as they want in there. Because if we're going from a geographical standpoint, Texas and Oklahoma would be in the SEC West, which is housing Alabama, LSU, and Texas A&M. So that division would be Alabama, and so every year those 5 teams, and if you throw Texas and OU in there, they're going to have to play each other yearly. That's just going to turn into a train wreck. But I mean, I think I told Nick, I could get used to Alabama, Oklahoma every year. Yeah. Like a primetime game in October, college game days there. I can get used to it every year. But I do think from your standpoint too, Juwan, that this is going to be, we're going to see the rise of super conferences. I see, if this does happen, I see Boise State, BYU, USF, and UCF going to the Big 12. I see, I don't want to say it, but I do see Notre Dame going to the ACC, making their move to the ACC. I see the Big 10 perhaps expanding with maybe Iowa State getting into the mix, joining them, and then maybe dumping Rutgers back to the AAC because they've just had a struggle with it. So yeah, I think every conference aside maybe from the Big 12 is gonna benefit from this. Right. I think honestly the Big 12 can attract teams like Utah and Arizona to the Big 12, because the Big 12 is the only conference that hasn't made the playoffs yet. Right. So I think the Pac-12 is in hot water if everything goes in. Big 12 is going to be in some hot water for a little bit, but they'll recover, in my opinion. I think I told Nick as well. I keep saying I told Nick, but I think if Texas goes to the SEC, they got to cut the Longhorn network. They have the SEC network deal. There's like a multi-million-dollar deal, but Texas has rights to ESPN, but they have to turn off the Longhorn network then.
I think what it will be is that I think Big 12 owns a portion of that network. So I don't think they will.
Because Fox owns the Big 12. They air all their games.
No, I just think that the Longhorn network won't survive.
Oh, no, yeah. I'm pretty sure if Texas goes, they're going to have to sacrifice their own network. Right. But then, or they can merge it. I don't see that happening because do you guys watch the Longhorn network?
Absolutely not. Why would I do that?
Me either.
I think one thing to just think about here is that if there's this many great teams in the SEC, we might start to see more SEC teams, like more than one team, go to the playoffs. Yeah. I think that's a very viable option.
If it's a 16-team playoff, I could see 4 teams from the SEC going.
Yeah.
I can see 4 teams, and if it all works out the way the SEC wants it, it could be an all-SEC Final Four.
And if the Big 12 has lost their 2 powerhouses, then what is the point of putting the Big 12 championship winner in?
That's the bad thing about these at-large bids. Or I was thinking, because you got those poor schools like Arkansas and Vanderbilt in there, I could honestly see them going out to the Big 12 to get out of there. I could see that being like the scapegoat situation, getting out of there, avoid playing those schools and play schools like they can run with, like, Kansas. Right. But also from another all sports standpoint, that's pretty good then. If Texas and Oklahoma go, like a basketball standpoint, men's and women's basketball, that's great games. And baseball.
Kansas and Iowa State go to Big 10, that'll be a great division.
Oh my God, yeah. Kansas goes to the Big 10. Can you imagine Kansas playing Michigan, Ohio State, Michigan State, Illinois every year? Be just great basketball. All right, so speaking of basketball, Matt, we got the NBA draft tomorrow. When this airs, the draft will be over. But we don't have to dissect into it a whole lot. But just for our teams, because we all love our dear teams, who do you think your team is going to draft? Juwan, Nick goes first, I'll go second. Juwan goes third. We'll just go in the order of pick. So, Nick, with the third pick in the NBA draft, who are the Cavs? Are they going to get, Evan Mobley, Jalen Green? Who are you thinking?
I mean, if he makes it there, Cade Cunningham, but he's not going to make it there. So, I'd say probably Mobley, just because they'd probably want to reinforce the back end with. They just re-signed Jared Allen. I don't know if that's a sign that they're not going to get Mobley, or if they'll just put Mobley somewhere at power forward, or
that can mean sign and trade him away, get Jared Allen, get some pieces. That'd be a nice team. Colin Sexton, Garland, and Evan Mobley, and then figure out Kevin Love.
Oof.
We don't send them to me, please. So tomorrow I'll be at the draft party at the Amway Center, cheering on with the tens of Magic fans. So we'll have a lot of fun. I think with the 5th pick, ideally I would love Jonathan Kuminga. I've said it dozens of times. And then with the 8th pick from Connecticut, I want James Bognait. Great scorer. Jonathan Kuminga, I think, is a great talent. But, the Magic, let me just hit my table. The Magic probably won't do any of this. They'll probably go get in some European kids that, don't have their European contracts where they have to play 2 more years overseas, and then we'll never see them. That's just how the Magic
was
works.
a European draft pick.
Huh?
Giannis and Luka were European draft picks. So.
Well, we're the Magic, man. We're terrible at drafting. Did you see Cleveland turn down Shai Gilgeous-Alexander?
Cleveland, no.
Did you see that? They turned down, OKC wanted the 3rd pick, and they offered them Shai Gilgeous and the 6th pick.
That must mean they're set on who they're drafting.
So could you have imagined a Colin Sexton and SGA backcourt?
I would have taken that.
Oh, that'd have been. I hope the Magic.
It's Cleveland, so.
I hope the Magic can get OKC on the phone. I wouldn't mind trading the 5th and 8th pick and RJ Hampton for SGA in the 6th pick. That'd be fantastic. But no, you guys don't even have a 1st-round pick.
Exactly. I was going to tell you that.
You guys don't have a 1st-round pick. You get in that Detroit and Houston trade, right? It's in that mix?
I believe so, man.
Right,
We trade
it's in
so
that
many
mix
assets
somewhere.
from different people. I'm pretty sure the Goran Dragic trade is having an impact on us right now.
Jeez.
Of not picking. And that
You
was
guys have a 2nd-round pick?
I'm not even sure, man. I'm be honest with you, I'm not even sure.
Oh,
But,
my God.
Yeah, no, nothing really on the Heat on the old home front, but hopefully Tyler Hero gets better and maybe sign and trade Duncan and stuff like that.
You don't want to keep Duncan?
If he's too expensive, he could leave. That's all I can say about that.
Maybe they can, I keep seeing those insane Heat fan accounts that have all these players with their jerseys edited onto them.
Oh, man.
Giannis, Bradley. I'm like, all the comments, dude, you guys have every team.
Why?
I think it's safe to say now that Giannis is not leaving.
Absolutely not.
No, Giannis is a buck for life after that. No, I see Chris Middleton staying there too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I see Chris Middleton staying there. And Bobby Portis. I hope they offer Bobby Portis a bag.
He's probably going to decline his option. I already seen Brent Forrest decline his, but
yeah,
I heard Bobby get interviewed on the Lebatard show, and he was just basically saying yeah, I know you don't like him, but he was basically saying he's gonna get what he's worth. He's not gonna take no discounts. He already took a discount.
I see him signing a $10 million deal, a 3-year, $10 million a year deal.
I mean, bro, when you look at the NBA and what people are getting, I feel like that's pretty
true.
Solid.
I could sign that at this point.
He's very impactful.
They give everyone money. All right, so we've got the 10-minute timer on. So final thoughts. Our last episode we'll go on a hiatus. And once we get back to school, hopefully we'll start late August, early September again. But anyone, final thoughts, say what's on your mind. We don't have any real big hot takes, but if you have one, just share it. Nick, you go first. Any final thoughts?
Just
College
quickly,
football, whatever's on your mind.
Quickly in the NFL, last night, Xavier Howard requested a trade, and that is, I would say, Miami's best piece on defense. So that's something to think about if you're Miami. What are you going to get out of it, or if you're actually going to trade him or not? And it was an official trade request, and he just says that they don't value him enough. And so it'll be interesting to see what goes on there.
Yeah.
I don't think they value him. If they did, that defense, we would have had more help on defense.
Yeah, and then he stayed there through the rebuild and still performed at a high level when he wasn't injured. So he stayed there during the dark times. This most recent rebuild when they got Tua and everybody else and all these draft picks. So I think that sucks because he is a great player. He's one of, I would say, top 3 corners in the league. I think of Jalen, I think of Jair, and then I think of Xavier Howard. So I don't know. It just sucks. I would want him to stay there because I feel like they're a team that's going to be on the up and up.
Yeah.
As young and everything, and I just want him to be there to see it through and have some success. But yeah, Dolphins side of it, if they do trade him, I feel like they could get a lot for him because that's a premium.
Sure.
I forgot. I told Nate, he had work last minute, but we talked about it. We got to give a quick shout out to his brother who's doing his thing in Canada. According to Nate, his team in Ottawa made the playoffs. Congratulations. And he's averaging, Nate showed me the stats, and then I went on the website myself. He's averaging about 18-10.
That's super solid.
So he's doing his thing in Ottawa, so keep it up, Nick. So we're hoping for the best. Maybe when you get back to school, get him on the show for a Nate and Nick interview. That'd be pretty cool. Mm-hmm. But hey, he's doing his thing. Nate was telling me the other day, like, how excited they are. They've got some good players in that league. I was looking at it's a professional league in Canada, but they got some good names in there. So shout out to him. Juwan, any final thoughts or real last final thoughts? Anyone? This is it, and then we'll all see each other at school in a few weeks.
Let's talk about the Packers.
What?
Yeah, no, I was just playing. I'm really excited, man. I don't know if you could tell. Yesterday was amazing.
I thought you were talking about the school year.
Oh, no. I was just talking about the Packers' final thoughts. But, I just feel happy for right now. He may leave us next year, but he said he's open to anything. You know what I mean? Like, he's not closing the door. Like, if they treat him right, then maybe, he'll stay. But hopefully we get a championship. Nick, I feel very confident. I don't know why. I feel like this could be Cleveland years, too.
Me too.
I feel like this.
I know. I think that we can take the division, and if we take the division and we get up in the playoffs like that, I think.
What if you go to Arrowhead?
We have a very young team.
What if you go to Arrowhead?
So that I feel like last year we weren't in the right mindset to take out Kansas City, although we were very close. Mm-hmm. But like now, I think this team is good. We got John Johnson III, I think. I think his name's John.
And you got
John
what's
Johnson
his name? You got what's his name? He tore his Achilles last year. He's back.
Oh yes. You're talking about Grant Delpit.
Yeah. He's really good.
And I don't know. I think this defense is a lot better than last year's defense, and that was the real big struggle against specifically Kansas City. But
they got Jeremiah Wusu-Koramoah is going to be helping out.
They drafted on defense heavily, and I think that if they could put it all together, they can go far for sure.
Juwan, you got a prediction for my team?
Well, it's going to be fun. We're going to do I don't know if it's still on that intra-scrimmage in the offseason. You're supposed to come. I don't know if you guys coming to Lambeau or we're going over there to practice and scrimmage.
Well, it won't matter. We'll probably lose either way.
Yeah, no, I mean, I don't know. Zach Wilson, did y'all get the contract right yet? Or
nope, hasn't signed it yet. Everyone else has signed. Then there's Zach Wilson. Still hasn't signed the deal, and it is July 28th, and the season starts in about a month.
Not a great start, but I don't know. I like a lot of things that you guys have done. Honestly, that offensive line protecting him and trying to protect him. He's he's going to grow into NFL body. He's going to grow
Zach
into
Wilson?
Body. Yeah, I mean, he got to put on some weight. He looks a little slim and everything. He looks so fragile.
He's a good burger.
Yeah, but they beefed up the offensive line. I like the wide receiver core.
Wide receivers, I'm excited about. I think we have one of the best young wide receiving cores. Elijah Moore, Corey Davis. You got Jamison Crowder back.
Yeah.
Nice young core there.
I think y'all could go. I honestly think y'all going to surprise a lot of people and go 500 or somewhere close, like a game below 500.
Whoa, Juwan.
I know.
A little too nice. I thought you were going to say like 5 wins, and then you said 100. I'm like, I'll say we go 5-12 this year.
5-12.
Yeah, I'm being generous. I'm being generous. Realistically, like we said in episode 1, I'm not going to be surprised if we get just 1 win. I'm not going to be surprised. But I am excited about the Jets this year. It's going to be fun.
Yeah.
All right. So for the final time this summer, Nick, Juwan, Nate, who's working, and myself, Alex. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. This is Inside the Tank. We'll see you back in a couple weeks.